Hello, welcome again to Diaspora Panel where we discuss issues about Nigeria. And today we are going to discuss another important issue. Before we proceed, let me advise all our customers uh, to subscribe to our channel. The reason is that if you subscribe, each time we release a new video, you will be able to be the first person to know about it. If you want to subscribe, just go to youtube.com/diaspora panel, or you can go to www.diasporapanel.com. If you want to send us any image, any email, send your emails to info@diasporapanel.com. As always, I have with me in the house, I have Mr. Olashupo Lawal, who is based in Calgary, Canada. Mr. Lawal, you are welcome. Mr. Lawal, you are welcome.
Thank you for having me this morning.
Okay. And I also have our erudite political commentator, Mr. Olaitadigba, who is based in America. Mr. Olaitadigba, you are welcome.
Yeah, glad knowing you are there.
Okay. So today, it's a very happy day. We are in April. It's not the time for April Fool is past. So, but we want to discuss about what we call gender zoning. In the last few weeks, we've seen a lot of demonstration by our women in Nigeria. They've gone to the National Assembly. They've been telling everybody who wants to listen that they want some seats reserved in the National Assembly for our women. Some people are saying about 35%. They are saying that women are underrepresented, and they would like to see more women um, in our national in politics, generally in politics. So this is what we are going to discuss today. And before we start, my own view generally is that I don't think that women are inferior to men. I think that women and men are created equally. We are all the same. In the world that we live in today, we have a lot of women who are in high places. Angela Merkel was the chancellor of Germany for over 10 years. We've had Indira Gandhi, who was prime minister for India. We have Golda Meir, prime minister of the state of Israel. We also have Ellen Sharif, who was president of the Republic of Liberia. Today we have people like Okonjo-Iweala, who is now the leader of International Trade Organization. And we also have Amina Mohammed, deputy at the United Nations Organization. All these women got there not because there was gender zoning. They got there not because the seats were reserved for women. They got there because they got there on merit. And there are a lot of women who are doing great. In the United States today, the vice president is a woman. She got there on her own merit. There are a lot of women who are in high places today by merit. And I believe that we should have a level playing ground. But I'm going to throw this over to the panel. So I'm going to start with you, Mr. Olatadediba. What is your opinion? Please unmute yourself.
Yeah, my opinion is that women, considering the fact that many years that the women have been many years that women have been underrepresented in Nigerian political system. I think there's not a bad in giving them 35% representation. But considering the fact that Nigerian politics involve a lot of money, right? So to encourage women, because women will be a better alternative to the rot that Nigerian men are perpetuating every day. The rot in our political system. So women, it has been proven that women can be better managers, both human and material resources, that they are better off. Like, so as a result, I will subscribe to the fact that women should be given at least 5%. Considering the fact that women The population of women in Nigeria is so more than men. They are over 60% to 40 men. So there's nothing bad in giving them at least 35% representation. I know a lot of women, they work, they strive so hard to become what they are. I read Hillary Clinton when I was in Nigeria. I read Living History. I was just amazed that a woman can come up with this epic piece in the book. He mentioned a lot of things, how she promoted what makes America greater. What makes America great, and how America is how America is important to the whole world, and how the whole world is important to America. So it gave me a lot of insight that this woman is saying the stuff, the stuff she made up of. So likewise, when we give them at least 35%, gradually they will be energizing themselves. They will be getting there. They will be forcing themselves. They will be brushing themselves. Later on, they will be fighting for their rights. We've had Funlayo Kuti, we've had Abba Riot, we've had all these stuffs in Nigeria. These are the women of substance. But in an instance whereby women are to be seen, they are not to be heard. Their places, living room and the kitchen. So it does not go well. Considering the fact that the Nigerian political terrain, though women, experience showed us that women in Nigeria, women like Dizani, but is 1%. But we had women in Nigeria who are better off, who are better managers. So there is nothing stops us from giving them at least 25%, representation, right? So I know they will be better off. Thank you very much. Mute yourself.
You're muted.
What is your general opinion about gender zoning?
Well, let me start by saying that I definitely do agree with the fact that women generally are underrepresented within the Nigerian electorate. But I would also say that women are not the only demographic group that are underrepresented. I think if you look far and wide, you'll see that young people generally, either male or female, are significantly also underrepresented. And I'm sure if we look further, particularly when you start looking, at ministerial appointments, when you start looking at ambassadorship appointments, within the military and all that, you will see that a lot of ethnic groups are also underrepresented. So I think for me, if we start to say reserve, spaces, in legislature and in other, arms of government, I think it will go down a slippery slope. How many other demographics do we want to reserve seats for? So I think it is a very, I will accept the fact that women definitely are underrepresented. I think there are other ways of encouraging women to actually get into, political office, to aspire to political office and to participate a lot more. But I don't think reserving spaces, is the best way to approach it. I think there are other ways that can be better addressed.
Thank you very much, Shupo. That's a wonderful opinion too. So my next question, I'm going back to Lighton. So the basis of one of the bases in which the Nigerian women are agitating for this gender zone is that women are better managers of resources, that women are less corrupt. And if you look at all these bases, personally, I don't think there's a basis for their basis. I think that we've had a lot of people, politicians in Nigeria, men and women, who have been corrupt. Like when you look in the last PDP government, there was a minister there, a lady, who almost took away the entire petroleum industry with her. And so when you say that women are less corrupt, I don't believe that. And when you talk about women being better in management, I think it's a matter of perception. So, Lighton, I want your opinion on this. Do you think that women are better managers and less corrupt than their men counterpart in politics?
Events have shown that women, they are good managers, they are sweet, right? They rule with iron hands, but that doesn't mean that they are better managers. That doesn't make them better managers. But when you see the Nigerian political system, when you look at the way men are, engages themselves in the various activities when they hold political offices, I mean, you tend to, okay, why can't we use women? Let's try them. Because women, they might be street, they might not, I mean, blockbuster, iconoclast, they might not want to dance to the tune of the majority. Then, but be as it may, that make them stand out. That okay, well, if you are this woman, it will not take any nonsense. These people, they will not take any nonsense. So I believe women, the fact that they are shit, are not better managers. Events have shown in the case of Lunge, the permanent secretary, Stella Obasanjo, Yabo Obasanjo, Dizani, and all these people, the way they prefer, the way they steal, the women, the few women that I have spoken about, or they are women again, like Alele Williams, like Design, the woman in World Trade Center,
Ngozi Iweala.
With Ransom Kuti, and all these people. So Bolanle Awe, also women, they are better managers at times when you come to think of it. So that is my point.
Thank you very much. Okay, so Shukwa, please unmute yourself first of all. And the same question I want to ask you is, Shukwa, can you unmute? Okay, is that do you think women are less corrupt than their men counterpart in politics, and do you think that they are better manager of resources, of mineral resources?
Well, I think there is a general perception that women are a lot more compassionate. They listen and, being in that, playing that role mostly in society where, they're mostly the people who look after the families and, make sure that the home front is doing well. There is a general perception that, women end up being, better managers, end up being humane, treating their opponents even, with much more dignity than men will do sometimes. And I think there's a case to be made for that. I also think, if we look at women who have held positions of, power in Nigeria, for example, some ministerial positions in actually very sensitive and very critical industries like petroleum. The reverse has been the case. There have been a case, for example, of a female minister in Nigeria who, embezzled and mismanaged a large amount of money. The news and the details are all over the internet. So I think we need to be cautious. And this is the reason, again, why having people come through a political process where they are tested, where they're proven, and we see their ability is the right way to go than zoning seats. I can almost guarantee you that if seats, for example, are zoned, I wouldn't be surprised if so-called kingmakers start using those guaranteed seats in the legislature, for example, to to help themselves financially. So there are so many things that I think if we really want a political process, I think what we need to do is to be fair. We need to definitely encourage participation both from women and from younger people. And I think if we do that and we create an environment where people can express their mind, they can express their wishes without being judged or ridiculed or, made fun of, I think we will see a lot more people come forward. And from there, we'll be able to pick candidates that will actually perform very well.
Thank you very much, Shupo. Lighton,
Yes.
do you not think that in the in a country where we are already talking about regional zoning, let's zone to the north, let's zone to the south. I say let's microzone to the southeast. We've had situation where in different states, like in Delta states, because they have about three different ethnic groups, you have to zone to Delta North, Delta South, Delta Central. Now, when you now add, and then there are a lot of youths coming up now. We want to have some reserve seats, as you have said. So, if you are now having post zone to a particular region and then zone to a particular gender, zone to particular age, do you not think we are working towards where a situation where we are going to have the merits put down for zoning? Don't you think so?
Yeah, you've rightly said it. We are the purposes of glorifying unmerited people into all these in position of authority in Nigeria. If we have right people, right candidates at the end of affairs in Nigeria, we don't need all this zoning by zoning from you are coming from south. If we have social benefits on ground, everybody you can eat. You have insurance at hand. You have company running. You have the power doing great. The electricity is there. Who cares about who is at the end of affair? Who cares when we have true federalism in Nigeria? When the states who are producing large chunk of the economy are benefiting from what they are producing. Who cares about who has the aim of affair? When you are not going to Abuja to go and beg for salary to be paid to the workers. But what they do is when your electricity is there, you go there, you surround yourself with the people from your tribe, and they will be dictating. So everybody wants to go there to go and dictate. Nobody have the vision of, okay, I want to turn around the fortune of Nigeria. Nobody is thinking about how am I going to make people who are redundant, who are taking arms. What is the root cause of these people taking arms? How are we going to eradicate it? What are we going to do to stop it? If these people, they are gainfully employed, they have something at the end of the week, they have something to eat, they have hope that they will not sleep empty. And who cares about all these perennial problems? Look at people, the way they are killing people for rituals. Human being, it has started. So there's nothing. It is because we don't have enabling law on ground. That is why all these things are happening. Right? If we have everything on ground, who wants to kill human being? Who wants to come? Because they don't have hope. It is one problem that led them to do that. They don't have hope. They don't have hope of sustaining themselves. They don't have hope of eating tomorrow. They don't have hope of sending their children to school. They will ask. I saw some people, I read some people carry their children to go and they stole their children. So it's a lot of social problem in Nigeria. So which have to be tackled frontally. So if you are moving forward,
okay,
right?
Thank
this is
you.
my take.
Thank you, Lighton. Shupo, on the same question, do you not think we've taken the zoning issue too far?
I think we take a lot of things too far generally in Nigeria. And that is solely based on the fact that there are different agendas. You know, I listened to Kanu's, the IPOB leader's lawyer, yesterday, after he filed, a case in the international courts with respect to Kanu's treatment. And he mentioned one thing that if you look at the Nigerian constitution, it starts by saying that Nigeria is one sovereign country and a union that cannot be broken. Well, what does that mean? I mean, people within the federation, should have the right to be able to determine how they want to participate in a union, just like a man and a woman, of their own free will, can come together in a marriage and agree to dissolve it. So, we are seeing these problems because we fail to address the underlying matter. And the underlying matter is that we, the people, are not pleased with the current state of the union, of the federation. And we want the opportunity to redraw how to participate, how we want to participate in the region. If we make the step forward to do that, and every region negotiates the terms and conditions of its membership within the federation, what you will begin to see will be, regions or ethnic groups, doing their own thing, but also participating within the larger union. So they will, you will see a lot more situations where, there's going to be a lot more cooperation and a lot more working together. Why? Because we have all negotiated and determined the terms under which we intend to participate in that federation. So all of these problems, zoning, is because people feel aggrieved. They don't feel that they are seen as valuable members or of the community, to the point that they can be entrusted with certain responsibilities. That is the fundamental fact. And I don't know, for whatever reason, in Nigeria, we don't have courageous leaders. We don't. We only have leaders who will toe their ethnic or party line, and mostly for their own interest. And until we address that fundamental issue, where we all come to the table, we all negotiate the terms and conditions of how we want to participate in that federation, you will see this change forward. Nobody will care who's getting what post and post. Every region or every ethnic group, as they negotiate, will be required to come forth and meet up with the terms of those conditions. And you will see people who will be more open, there will be more participation, and there will be more cooperation. That is my perspective. So I think it's an indication and a symptom of a larger fundamental issue.
Thank you very much, Lighton. Can you hear us now? Lighton.
Yes.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. We can hear you. We can hear you. So, the next question I want to ask you is that instead of women agitating for special seats, for special treatment, I'm thinking that right now we are going towards another election, 2023, and there are no women coming out to for the presidency. There are a lot of women who are qualified. As I mentioned before, Okonjo Iweala, she's very, very qualified. We have Obi Ezekwesili, she's very, very qualified. We have Amina Mohammed, she's very qualified. There's a minister, Talen, I think she's from the Middle Belt, she's very qualified. There are a lot of women who are highly qualified, but they're not coming out to say they want to contest for the presidency. So, do you not think that rather than trying to corner some special seats for themselves, they should actually come forward and put their foot forward and try to contest elections?
The fact is, the capital involved. Hello?
Yeah. Yes. We are with
the
you.
capital involved. Yeah, the capital involved. The funds, you have to inject funds, and men who are, men. The mentality of majority of Nigerians, more especially from the north, they believe that women should just be seen. They should not be heard.
They should be in the other room.
Yeah, which is women in the in other countries see women they are going to places. So it is high time we remove the bar from the women should be seen in the kitchen and the living room. So now come back to your question. Women should fight for their rights.
Yeah, they
No
should come
doubt about
forward.
it.
They should come forward.
Yeah, they should come forward. They should come forward. They should prove their meant to. The women who have tested, who have held position of authority before, like Kemi Adeosun, but she was disgraced out of that place because of her hard stance. And she was doing it for Nigeria. She's not doing it for anybody. So we need to encourage women to come forward. And when they come forward, if it is not, if they can avoid such capital intensive things to fight for a political office, we should reduce it, maybe 40% to 30% to women to get tickets. Like they will be asking for 50 million to get ticket. For what? Somebody who wants to go and serve, will be asking for 50 million to get ticket. So eventually when she gets there, he or she gets there, he wants to amass times 10 of what he got because it's a business. So as a result, I will encourage women who are tested, who are positive in their thinking, that they should come forward. They want to rescue Nigeria. They want to rescue the country. So they should come forward and they should be encouraged to come forward. They should not be discouraged.
Thank you.
So not only that, women should be allowed, right? And they should sanitize themselves. They should create awareness among themselves that where you should come up, you should come for this post. So to them, Nigeria should put their hands on them. So that is my take.
Thank you, Lighton. Shuko, you are next. So the same question, I'm just going to phrase it a little bit differently. Do you not think that women like Okonjo Iweala, like Obese Kusili, like Amina Mohammed, like Kemi Adeosun, as you have mentioned, do you not think that they should come forward and be supported by their husbands? They should have the full backing. The husbands should support them materially and emotionally, and that when you are talking about the cost of this election, possibly that the different parties, what they can do is to, if a woman is coming forward, allow them to collect their form for free of charge. That should be as a kind of encouragement, instead of saying that we want to reserve some seats for women, because that means that you are differentializing some other people from occupying that seat. What is your take on that?
Yeah, I think the entire political structure in Nigeria does not encourage new entrants to come into the political sphere. I think it encourages more of the same old people who have benefited from that process, who have probably enriched themselves, to keep on recirculating, themselves back into power. And there are two important things that I would like to point the attention of our viewers to. In Nigeria today, probably the only country where you cannot contest in an election as a private candidate, you have to come through a party platform. That's the first thing. Now, if you look at the political parties that are there, the bar for having a political party is so high that only people who have money, who have influence, irrespective of how they've gathered and accumulated, that wealth, can come together to form a political party, can fund a political party, and by so doing, can offer themselves, through that party machinery to stand in for elections. So if you look at that setup, it's not only women that it discourages young people, young people who have good ideas, for example, cannot go through that process. Why, for example, will a political party say why should the presidential ticket form be 20 million naira? Why? I mean, I don't see any reason why it should be that expensive. So, and when you look at the way most of the parties are even choosing their candidates, they are going for consensus. What does that mean? It means that they are bringing forward candidates that cannot stand in front of even their own party members to lay out the plan that they have if elected and let the people decide. It's all about backroom deals, cutting deals and, recirculating themselves. So I think the political structure and setup in Nigeria is totally flawed and it needs to be changed. If all of those barriers are removed, and how political parties are funded is reorganized. So, for example, as a member of a political party, the amount of contributions that you can make is capped to a maximum amount. What that will force political parties to do is to expand their membership so that members can then pay, dues. And then when you start to expand your membership, you begin to actually hear the wishes and the aspirations of your people. That is the only time where we can actually have the semblance of a true democracy. Not democracy for a few rich by the few rich and for the few rich.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ashukwala. So we come to the end of today's deliberation. So just before we leave, I want to give you guys 1 minute each to see your social media declaration, and I'm going to come to you first, Lighton. I want you to look straight into the camera and advise our National Assembly. They'll be under siege in the last few weeks. The women have been gathering. They are preventing them from going to their offices, to their chambers, barricading the road, saying all sorts of things like that. So, how do you think they should respond? What do you think they should do?
The essence of managing crisis is to listen to the yearnings and aspirations of the people. Right? We go to the extreme of rights, go to the extreme of left, then we come to the center and form an equilibrium. Whatever might be their yearning, that is why they are voted for. They should represent their interests. The people at the National Assembly, they should represent the interests of the people, not their own collective interest. Because when they get there, they always yearn for clothes and wardrobe allowance, all this stuff. They should look at what are they going to do. How are they going to make life better for the people? So, to me, the yearning, whatever might be their yearning and aspiration, it should be given a speedy attention. Period.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lato. Shupo, before you say your social media declaration, there's one question I forgot to ask you guys is that we know that in the National Assembly, in politics, there have been a lot of women who are actually in the National Assembly. Have they made any difference?
Well, I would say that there have been women like Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala who have made a difference in the country, and to a point where they are even recognized internationally to have been selected as the World Trade Organization leader. And on the same token, there have been leaders who have not done very well, and I think I gave an example of one. So I would say it's fairly balanced. And I would say we shouldn't judge, the bad ones, and make their conduct representative, of womankind. I think this is the reason, again, why having a political process that encourages candidates of all gender, in all age demographics to come forward is a better approach than zoning or restricting or limiting certain seats in the legislature. I mean, the way the legislature is comprised, you have membership from different states of the federation. Yeah. Which ones are you going to? Yeah. So which ones are you going to zone? I mean, if you do a zoning, for example, and you find most of the women candidates are from the north, then there will be another outcry that it's only members. So it's never going to stop. The best way forward is to have a political process that is fair and square, that allows anyone of any gender and any demographic, any age group to participate, which means to be to vote and also to be voted for.
Thank you. And Finally, Light, I want you to respond to that question also. And those women who have been in the House of Rep, in the Senate, and even in government, have they
Okay.
made any difference actually?
Uh, is they are a minority. There is little or nothing they can do. But as a matter of fact, when they have when we have like 10% of women in the National House of Assembly, we will feel the impact. They'll be talking about gender equality. No, I'm an African man. I don't believe in gender. I don't believe in feminism. I believe Africa. But we should. It is high time we encourage women to participate in the political affairs of the nation.
Okay, thank you, Light.
Right? You're welcome.
Shukpa, what is your social media declaration finally? I want you to look in the mirror and advise the members of the National Assembly who have been under siege in the last few weeks. What should they do now?
Yeah, so I definitely agree that women, uh, as other demographic groups, have been significantly underrepresented in politics in general in Nigeria, and more importantly within the legislative, both bicameral legislature. I do not believe that zoning or restricting several seats for women is the right way to go. I think the best way to deal with this problem is to address the fundamental underlying issues around renegotiating our participation and how we want to work as a federation, first and foremost, and also making the political process a better level playing field for everyone, where anyone of any gender, of any race, has an equal chance, to participate by voting or to standing for office to be voted for. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So we come to the end of today's deliberation, and I want to say thank you for all our viewers. Thank you for your support, and I want also to say thank you to the two participants, Mr. Ola Digba, who is based in America. Mr. Digba, thank you for a wonderful contribution of today.
Welcome.
And Mr. Olalawa in faraway Canada also, I thank you for a wonderful contribution. And to all our viewers, I want to encourage you again. Please support us by subscribing to this channel. And if you want to subscribe, go to youtube.com/diaspora panel or www.diasporapanel.com. Subscription is free of charge. You are not being charged for it. It's free, totally free. If you want to send us an email to ask a question based on any of our programs or any of our titles, you can send your email to info@diasporapanel.com. Until we see you again next Sunday, thank you for watching, thank you for supporting us, and God bless you all.